Get ready for a big buck bonanza on a brand new episode of Nomad's Cutting Room Floor. First up, Mark Jury's bringing the heat and the air conditioning as he sets out in search of a beastly stud named Leopold. Then Old Man Winter's joining the party in an attempt to change his luck after being hammered with EHD on his Missouri farm. And I'll be stepping up to the plate in my continued search for the staggering 2S2. Last, get ready for some rack-on-rack action as Mark gets a front row seat for a little wrestling Jury outdoor style.
Well, we're making the voyage once again down south to the Missouri farm. We're going to get in a little bit earlier today, get the air conditioner running in the blind, shut the windows down, control our scent with scent crusher and the copper spray, cross our fingers and leave them cross the entire evening.
You know, during the latter part of the season, they make things that help keep you comfortable in the blind. Well, during the early part of the season, there's no such thing as a blind cooler. Why not create one?
And this is my MacGyver project for today. I have another fan that blows this way, and 2 big bags of ice. Then this one blows this way, so it forces the air. It won't work until the other one's in there.
Man, that's redneck ingenuity to the next level. Mark's taking a cooler and putting an air conditioner in it.
You know, there's a few words you could use to describe it. Ingenious, relentless, and the third would be desperate.
High maintenance.
Don't knock it till you try it, guys. Hopefully, this little invention is going to keep us in the blind and give us that edge we need to run into that #1 target buck.
Desperate would probably fit this scenario best.
Well, here we go. We're back in here after a little poll. I mean, basically set my heart on him, and until I'm either convinced that he's not around or that we have a chance to kill him, I'm going to continue to look for him. How long will I continue to do that? I don't know, but certainly, fingers are crossed. We're sitting again over a beautiful biologic radish field. It's absolutely perfect palatability right now. Every plan we did on this farm was all revolving around this deer. A lot of planning, a lot of thinking, a lot of strategizing in the off season, but that's the chess match we love. This is our second night on this plot. We've had deer downwind of us both nights. They haven't caught us. That's the first good deer we've seen, though. Beautiful 9-point here in Missouri. That gives us confidence that he may show. That deer's fine, isn't he? It's so hard to tell there. It's just don't know. He's obviously pretty. This is unreal. Last night, it was all does. They're looking hard down in there to the east. Last night, all does. Tonight, Rack City.
We had a great evening, saw 2 beautiful rack bucks, but did not run into our target, and it has me scratching my head just a little bit. Between sightings and pictures, I'm really wondering about the fate of old Leopold.
Brother Mark knows that EHD has really done a lot of damage in my farm, particularly in northern Missouri and southern Iowa.
The one and only shooter that I had, we went in and hunted him on the 29th, and lo and behold, we smelled something on the way in, smelled something, you know, there in a tree stand, and the buzzards were dive bombing us, and came out late that night. Forrest went back in the next day, and sure enough, located the one and only shooter we had. So it's kind of slim pickings here on the farm. Brother was gracious enough to invite us up to his Missouri farms.
We couldn't be more elated than to be in camp with Mark and Coondog and Taylor. We're having a good time.
There she is. Let's go, Tay.
my own.
We are bummed for Terry after EHD basically wiped out his farm and he came to join us in camp.
He sends us to a sweet little spot. The access is awesome, and looks like this could be a great evening.
Well, we made it in here, okay. This corn is relatively green, and they came in and mowed a little bit of it. This is greener pastures, so this is kind of a little bit of an experiment. It seems to be working.
Heck yeah, when DeerCast says great, you better be in there.
You better be out there when DeerCast says great. What a beautiful evening.
Oh yeah.
All right, so it's October the 3rd. We're leading into what DeerCast says is gonna be a great evening, and I'm really anxious to get back into this muddy bull blind that we put over a biologic radish field. So it's a staging plot for us that over the years we've seen great movement, and slowly but surely we got it dialed in and got the right food in there for the early seasons.
Well, I was right. Early movement is 3:45. We just got set up. First doe and fawn on the field. Great sign, but we need to make sure we don't bust anything so the movement continues to stay natural.
I'm really hopeful that we're gonna see a couple of our shooters, at least one of them, one that I like to call 2S2. He's been in and around this area. My RECONYX camera's getting tons of pictures of him. He got his name because when he first showed up on camera, I thought he was a buck we called Too Short. And then a bigger deer showed up that turned out was Too Short. So this deer, we started calling 2S2. Too Short 2. I got high hopes with the big temperature drop and the great conditions, the great DeerCast, that tonight is gonna be the night where we might finally lay eyes on him.
Yeah, that has to be UD8. Well, that's a deer, I believe, that we call Uni. Because he's just got one brow tine. He's just chilling out. I'm kind of perplexed why we saw such early movement on the food plot. And then really we haven't seen anything since until he came out. So hopefully the rest of the guys are having better luck. What a great encounter. Yeah. 2 good bucks, really, really good bucks. Because it was a pretty good evening. It was slow movement. Really, really high pressure. Barometer was extremely high for compared to the way it's been lately. But we had a heck of an evening. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's 2S2. Is it? Yeah. His left G1 is like back. Yeah. Yeah. That's the one I thought we'd see. I would shoot him all day. He's just too far, I think. I mean, that's gonna be a 60-yard shot. Yeah.
You know, 2S2, he finally shows up, he makes an appearance, but he's out there about 50 yards and just wasn't comfortable taking a shot.
Great to lay an eyeball, great to have an encounter with a deer like that. 2S2 is one of his target deer. Hopefully he'll get another crack at it.
It's great to see him. Just came out too dark, came out too late. We're past legal shooting light, and we're gonna call it a night.
We got probably a week of good forecast in our future. We're gonna keep coming back and hitting this spot over and over and over again until we get the right opportunity.
This is the weather that we've been waiting for. We are looking forward to going in after a buck we call Triangle 10, and we are going to Triangle Bottom where he got his name 2 seasons ago. Early in the season, we ended up killing Norman that night, but prior to that, this big 10-point ran through the field. He's a whopper. We're going in after him. Hopefully he'll live up to his name of the Triangle 10.
Well, we're settling in here. We're sitting here with the cover to the southwest. a southeast and south, hunting it on a straight south wind, which blows back to the way we came in. I fully expect with this rising moon, this particular front, the deer should be moving well tonight. DeerCast said great, and I'm hoping it is. Deer from pictures this summer. They've been hanging in and around this field all summer. Here we are, first time in. They come walking out together. They won't stay friends much longer. Not much longer at all. Beautiful. Another big deer just popped out. Not sure who he is, but he's got a beautiful body. Looks like he's at least 5. It's nights like these that just make you thankful you're a bow hunter. Just awesome. Look at him walk that one off. Awesome. A 4-year-old. Then he went after the 8, which looks like another 4. This deer's easily 5 or 6. He means business, man. He don't want him around him. You can tell it's starting to get interesting. That was awesome.
Man, just an incredible sit. This particular field, one of the reasons we groom it each and every year is because it sits at the north end of Brushy Bottom, down in that Y. 2 big draws come together, and it just seems like regardless of when we go there, we always have an interesting afternoon. And this particular evening was exactly that.
This episode of DoD TV is brought to you by First Farm, the foundation of high performance nutrition. Join the Legion of Boom today. We're adding new videos every week, so make sure to click that subscribe button and check out all of our amazing content. This episode of DoD TV was brought to you by MOTV. For full episodes of 13 and all of our Outdoor Channel content, head over to the MOTV app and view it today.